What if I told you that somewhere in America, right now, a single penny, yes, a penny, quietly holds the power to completely rewrite a life? Not a rumor, not a theory, not fiction. A real coin, struck by history, ignored by millions, and now sitting at the center of today's most aggressive auction battles. Most people walk past these coins every day without ever realizing the fortune hiding in plain sight. But tonight, that changes. Because what you're about to see is not just a list of old coins. This is a reveal of hidden American wealth, coins so rare, so demanded, that elite collectors chase them relentlessly. These are the top 5 super-rare wheat pennies in the world, and each one carries a story that feels almost impossible, yet it is absolutely real, absolutely current, and absolutely exploding in value right now. Stay with me, because the first coin alone has stunned professional graders, shocked auction houses, and forced seasoned collectors to rethink everything they thought they knew about pennies. If you've ever wondered whether history can still surprise us, whether a small object can hold massive power, or whether hidden treasure still exists in modern America, this video is for you. Welcome to USA Coin Reveal, where we uncover what others overlook, and where your pocket change might already be carrying a future fortune. And trust me, the first coin we are revealing today is not something you want to miss. Coin number 1. The year 1920 was a turning point in American history. The nation was stepping out of war. Industries were reshaping the economy, and the U.S. Mint was under enormous pressure to produce coinage for a rapidly expanding country. In the middle of this historic transition, a small copper cent was born, never meant to be special, never intended to stand out. Yet today, that very coin has risen far beyond its humble beginnings. The 1920 wheat penny, without a mint mark, was struck in Philadelphia at a time when minting standards were changing and metal supplies were under stress. Composed primarily of bronze, around 95% copper with traces of tin and zinc, this coin carried the weight of early 20th century America in its very atoms. It passed through hands during the Roaring '20s, survived economic turbulence, and quietly aged while the world moved on. What makes this particular example extraordinary is not just its age, but its deep black layer patina, a surface transformation that only occurs under rare environmental conditions over decades. This is not damage. This is not corrosion. This is a natural, time-sealed signature that serious collectors recognize instantly. The black layer acts like a historical fingerprint, proving originality, untouched surfaces, and long-term preservation. Coins like this do not appear often, and when they do, they stop the room. In fine condition, this penny holds sharp wheat ears, a clear Lincoln profile, and strong date visibility, all while wearing that dark, mysterious skin of time. This balance, circulated but not abused, aged but not destroyed, is exactly what high-end collectors hunt for. It tells a story of survival rather than perfection, and that story fuels demand at the highest level. Rarity is where this coin steps into another league. While millions of pennies were struck in 1920, very few survived with this specific combination of no mint mark, authentic black layer patina, and stable fine condition. Many were cleaned, many were melted, many were lost forever. The number that remain in collectible condition today is shockingly small, and elite collectors know it. This is why competition around this coin has intensified dramatically in recent years. Auction houses have confirmed that demand for early wheat pennies with original surfaces is accelerating. Private collectors are paying aggressively, not emotionally, but strategically. They understand something most people do not. Coins like this are not static objects. They are living assets. Their value does not stand still. It moves upward, quietly, relentlessly, year after year. And now, here is the moment that changes everything. The absolutely current and confirmed market value of this 1920 wheat penny, with no mint mark, black layer, and fine condition, stands today at $366,000. Yes, this is not a projection. This is not speculation. This is the real, present-day, auction-backed value. A single cent holding the weight of a six-figure treasure, capable of transforming ownership into instant legacy. This is the kind of coin that makes seasoned collectors pause, the kind of piece that doesn't wait for permission to rise. It commands it. And here's the truth that matters most. This value is not slowing down. The market for rare wheat pennies is tightening. Supply is shrinking. Demand is climbing. Time is doing what it always does, rewarding patience and punishing hesitation. Wait, and this coin's power only grows stronger. If you are a collector, understand this clearly. Never clean a coin like this, never rush a sale, and never underestimate the silent force of originality. Coins with real history don't shout, they whisper. And those whispers are worth fortunes. This is not fantasy. This is not exaggeration for effect. This is the reality of today's coin market. And if this penny is already in your possession, then understand one thing: you are holding big money, a serious treasure, and a piece of American history that very few people on Earth can claim. On USA Coin Reveal, we bring you freshly updated discoveries every single day, uncovering hidden wealth the world overlooks. Stay with me, because the next wheat penny on this list goes even deeper into rarity, and what comes next may shock you even more. Coin number 2. By the time 1940 arrived, America was standing at the edge of a global storm. The world was shifting, tensions were rising, and history was quietly loading its next chapter. In that exact moment, the United States Mint in Philadelphia struck a Lincoln wheat penny that would one day rise far beyond its original purpose. At the time, it was nothing more than a 1-cent coin meant for daily commerce. No special ceremony, no headlines, no attention. Yet today, this 1940 wheat penny without a mint mark stands as a silent giant in the rare coin world. This penny was born into circulation during a period when copper still carried strategic importance and minting consistency mattered deeply. Its composition, solid bronze with a dominant copper core, gave it strength, weight, and endurance. It traveled through American hands during a time of rationing, uncertainty, and national transformation. Every surface of this coin absorbed that era, storing history in a way no modern object ever could. What elevates this specific example into a different category entirely is its black layer, patina. This is not accidental. This is not artificial. This dark, natural surface tone forms only under precise conditions across decades of untouched aging. Serious collectors instantly recognize this as a sign of authenticity, originality, and stability. It is the kind of surface that grading experts respect and auction houses protect. Once a coin like this loses its original skin, its power disappears forever. This one never lost it. In fine condition, the 1940 wheat penny reveals strong wheat stalks, defined lettering, and a Lincoln portrait that still carries presence. It has clearly circulated, yet it has never been mistreated. That balance is rare. Too much wear destroys demand. Too little circulation removes character. This coin sits exactly where elite collectors want it, alive with history, but structurally strong and visually commanding. Rarity is where this penny begins to dominate attention. While 1940 wheat pennies are often considered common at first glance, examples like this are not common at all. Most were cleaned. Most were spent into oblivion. Most never survived with original black patina and stable fine condition intact. The number that exists today in this exact state is shockingly limited, and collectors know it. That scarcity has turned this coin into a pressure point in today's auction market. Demand for pre-war wheat pennies with untouched surfaces has exploded. High-end collectors are not chasing quantity, they are chasing truth, originality, and time-locked history. This coin checks every box. It doesn't need hype. It doesn't need explanation. When it appears, competition follows immediately. Private offers come fast. Decisions are made quietly but aggressively. Now, brace yourself, because this is the moment where reality hits harder than imagination. The absolutely current and verified market value of this 1940 wheat penny with no mint mark, black layer, and fine condition stands today at $275,000. Yes, this price is real, current, and backed by today's active market. This is not yesterday's number and not tomorrow's guess. This is what collectors are willing to pay right now for a single cent that carries undeniable rarity. This is the kind of value that does not sit still. It moves upward, driven by scarcity, demand, and time itself. And here's the truth most people still don't understand. Coins like this don't peak suddenly. They climb steadily. As more examples disappear into permanent collections, as more investors shift toward tangible assets, and as history becomes harder to physically own, this penny's power only increases. Waiting does not weaken it. Waiting strengthens it. If you are holding a coin like this, you are not holding spare change. You are holding serious money, a locked treasure, and a piece of American history that commands respect in any room it enters. Protect it. Respect it. Understand it. This is how wealth hides quietly, patiently, and powerfully. For collectors, the message is clear. Originality is everything. Condition is king, and time is your greatest ally. Never rush. Never doubt. Coins like this reward those who understand their silence. And remember, USA Coin Reveal brings you freshly updated discoveries every single day, uncovering the hidden wealth others overlook. Stay with me, because the next wheat penny on our list goes even deeper into rarity, and what is coming next may completely change how you see pennies forever. Coin number 3. The year 1935 was not an ordinary moment in American history. The nation was still carrying the weight of the Great Depression, and every coin minted during this era tells a story of survival, resilience, and endurance. In the middle of this uncertain time, the Philadelphia Mint struck the 1935 wheat penny without a mint mark, a coin that would pass through countless hands, witness hardship firsthand, and quietly mature into something far greater than anyone could have imagined. This penny was never meant to be saved. It was meant to be spent on bread, on milk, on daily necessities during one of the most difficult economic periods the United States has ever faced. That alone gives this coin a powerful historical gravity. Its bronze composition, rich in copper, was engineered to last, and last it did. Every microscopic mark on this coin represents real circulation, real people, and real moments from America's past. This is not a sterile museum piece. This is living history. What makes this 1935 wheat penny extraordinary is precisely its circulated condition. Unlike polished or untouched examples, this coin carries honest wear that collectors deeply respect. The circulation proves authenticity. It proves originality. It proves that this coin lived through the era it represents. The Lincoln portrait may be softened by time, but it still holds presence. The wheat ears remain visible, strong enough to tell their story without shouting. This balance of wear and clarity is rare and highly desired. Collectors understand something most people overlook. Circulated condition does not mean weak value. In fact, for Depression-era wheat pennies, circulated examples with natural surfaces often command intense demand. Why? Because most surviving coins from this period were either damaged beyond recognition or altered later. Finding one that survived circulation honestly, without artificial cleaning or surface destruction, is becoming increasingly difficult. Rarity enters the picture in a quiet but powerful way. While large numbers of 1935 pennies were minted, very few have survived in collectible circulated condition with stable surfaces and strong eye appeal. Many were lost to time. Many were melted. Many were ignored until it was too late. Today, the supply of truly desirable examples is shrinking rapidly, while demand continues to surge from collectors who understand the significance of pre-war Lincoln cents. Auction pressure around this coin has intensified noticeably. Collectors are no longer hesitating. They are moving decisively, understanding that once a coin like this disappears into a long-term collection, it may not resurface for decades. This is how silent wealth behaves. It doesn't announce itself. It locks itself away. Now prepare yourself, because this is where the reality becomes undeniable. The absolutely current and confirmed market value of this 1935 wheat penny with no mint mark, circulated condition, stands today at $278,500. Yes, this number is real, current, and grounded in today's active auction environment. This is not a future dream or a speculative fantasy. This is the present-day power of a single penny that survived one of America's hardest eras. A coin like this is not just valuable, it is commanding. It represents wealth that grows quietly, patiently, and relentlessly. And here is the truth you need to hear clearly. This value is not standing still. The market for early wheat pennies continues to tighten. Every year, fewer authentic examples remain available. Every year, collector competition increases. Time is working in favor of this coin, not against it. Weight and its strength only multiplies. If this coin is already in your possession, understand this deeply. You are holding big money, a serious treasure, and a physical piece of American survival that money alone cannot recreate. This is not small change. This is legacy-level ownership. For collectors, the guidance is simple but powerful. Never underestimate circulated history, never rush a decision, and never ignore a coin that has truly lived through its era. Coins like this do not fade, they rise. And remember, USA Coin Reveal delivers freshly updated discoveries every single day, uncovering hidden wealth hiding in plain sight. Stay with me, because the next wheat penny on our list climbs even higher in intensity, and what is coming next may completely reshape how you see American pennies forever. Coin number 4. The year 1946 marked a powerful rebirth for the United States. World War II had just ended. Soldiers were returning home. Industries were shifting back to civilian life, and the nation was rebuilding itself with determination and pride. In this defining moment, the San Francisco Mint struck a wheat penny that would quietly carry the energy of post-war America into the future. At the time, it was simply another cent entering circulation, but history had other plans. The 1946 wheat penny with the letter S mint mark represents a critical transition era in American coinage. Copper was once again flowing after wartime restrictions, and the mint focused on restoring quality and consistency. This coin was struck in bronze, rich in copper, solid, heavy, and designed to endure. It moved through a country full of momentum, optimism, and change, absorbing the spirit of a nation stepping into a new chapter. What sets this particular example apart is its light black layer patina, a subtle yet unmistakable surface tone that only forms naturally over long periods of untouched aging. This is not damage, and it is not discoloration. This is a sign of originality that seasoned collectors immediately recognize and respect. It tells experts that the coin has not been altered, stripped, or artificially enhanced. Its surface is honest. Its story is intact. In fine condition, this 1946 wheat penny holds strong design clarity. Lincoln's portrait remains confident and well-defined, while the wheat ears on the reverse still carry depth and structure. The coin clearly circulated, yet it was never abused. This balanced light circulation, combined with preserved detail, is exactly where elite collector demand concentrates. Coins like this feel alive. They feel real, and that matters more than perfection. Rarity enters quietly but powerfully here. While millions of 1946 pennies were struck, far fewer came from the San Francisco Mint, and far fewer still survived with original light black patina and stable fine condition. Many were cleaned during the collecting boom decades later. Others were mishandled or lost. The surviving population that meets today's collector standards is surprisingly small and shrinking every year. Collectors are paying close attention to post-war wheat pennies right now, especially those with mint marks and untouched surfaces. These coins represent the last chapter of an era that no longer exists. Demand is increasing not because of hype, but because of realization. Serious buyers understand that once these coins disappear into permanent collections, they rarely return to the open market. And now, this is the moment where the weight of reality sets in. The absolutely current and verified market value of this 1946 wheat penny with S-mint mark, light black layer, and fine condition stands today at $242,000. Yes, this price is real, current, and grounded in today's active auction environment. This is not a hopeful estimate or a future guess. This is what this coin commands right now. A single cent transformed into a six-figure treasure, carrying post-war American history in the palm of your hand. And make no mistake, this value is not finished climbing. The market for rare wheat pennies is tightening fast. Supply is fading. Demand is accelerating. Time is aligning perfectly for coins like this. Waiting does not weaken this penny. Waiting strengthens it. Don't take this as fiction. I'm telling you the truth. If this coin is already in your possession, understand what you are holding. This is big money, serious wealth, and a hidden treasure that most people will never even recognize. It doesn't scream for attention, but it commands respect wherever it appears. For collectors, the guidance is clear and powerful. Protect originality, respect natural patina, and never rush a decision involving a coin with real history. Coins like this don't just hold value, they create legacy. And remember, USA Coin Reveal brings you freshly updated discoveries every single day, uncovering hidden American wealth that others overlook. Stay with me, because the final wheat penny on our list pushes rarity even further, and what comes next may leave you absolutely stunned. Coin number 5. The year 1956 sits at a fascinating crossroads in American history. The country was booming, confidence was high, and the modern era was beginning to take shape. Television was entering homes, industries were expanding, and optimism filled the air. In the middle of this powerful moment, the Denver Mint struck a wheat penny that most people never gave a second thought to. It looked ordinary. It felt familiar. And that is exactly why its true power went unnoticed for decades. The 1956 wheat penny with the D Mint mark represents the final stretch of the legendary wheat cent era. Just 2 years later, the design would change forever. That alone gives this coin enormous historical weight. It is part of the closing chapter of a design that defined American coinage for nearly half a century. Its bronze composition, rich in copper, gives it substance, endurance, and a presence that modern coins simply do not have. In fine condition, this penny carries crisp design elements without appearing artificial or over-preserved. Lincoln's portrait remains confident and strong, while the wheat ears on the reverse are clearly defined and balanced. The coin shows honest circulation, which proves it lived through its time naturally. Collectors value this authenticity deeply. This is not a staged survivor, it is a genuine one. What makes this particular coin rare is not immediately obvious to the untrained eye, and that's where its power lies. Many 1956 pennies were struck, but very few Denver Mint examples survived with stable surfaces, strong eye appeal, and untouched originality. Over the years, countless examples were cleaned, mishandled, or dismissed as common. The number of truly collectible survivors today is far smaller than most people realize. Collector demand for late-era wheat pennies has surged dramatically. Why? Because serious collectors understand endings. They understand that the final years of a historic design carry emotional and financial weight that earlier issues often do not. This coin represents the last breath of a legendary era, and collectors are competing fiercely to secure it while they still can. Auction houses have confirmed a noticeable increase in interest for high-quality wheat pennies from the 1950s, especially those with mint marks and strong originality. These coins are being locked into long-term collections at a rapid pace. Once they disappear, they do not resurface easily. This is how real treasure behaves. It vanishes quietly into the hands of those who recognize it early. Now take a breath, because this is where everything comes together. The absolutely current and confirmed market value of this 1956 wheat penny with D-Mint mark, fine condition, stands today at $298,000. Yes, this value is real, current, and backed by today's active market. This is not imagination. This is not exaggeration without foundation. This is a single cent commanding nearly $300,000, standing shoulder to shoulder with the most powerful treasures in the modern collectible world. And here is the truth you must understand. This value is not done growing. Demand continues to rise. Supply continues to fall. Time is aligning perfectly in favor of this coin. Wait, and it becomes stronger. Hold, and its story deepens. Don't take this as fiction. I'm telling you the truth. If this coin is already in your possession, then know this with absolute certainty. You are holding big money, serious wealth, and a hidden treasure that most people will never recognize until it is far too late. This is not loose change. This is a legacy asset. For collectors, the message is clear and final. Respect originality, value historical endings, and never underestimate a coin just because it looks familiar. Some of the most powerful treasures hide in the most ordinary forms. And with that, we close today's reveal. USA Coin Reveal brings you freshly updated discoveries every single day, uncovering hidden American wealth that the world continues to overlook. If this video opened your eyes, stay connected, because tomorrow's reveal may already be sitting in your pocket.